everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. So glad that you were able to join this evening or in the next few days. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. And so we will be using some Couture products tonight in our project. First, I want to let you know that I am streaming live with an online platform called StreamYard, and that allows me to go live in 3 different locations this evening: my Facebook business page, my private group, and my YouTube channel. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that might be why. So just wanted to be upfront and transparent with you. And also, if you're watching from my group, make sure that you give StreamYard permission to access your name. Otherwise, you show up as a Facebook user in my comments and I don't actually see your name. So again, if you're watching from the group, just give StreamYard your permission to use your name. Once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. I see that Bonita is here. Good evening. How are you doing this evening? So again, hop on, say hi, and let me know where you are watching from. So we will be using this door round. Jason is watching from upstairs. Hello. So we'll be doing this door round, and I'm going to be putting one of these two 3D wood greetings on there, either the hello or the welcome. So I'm not for sure. I really like the welcome, but I don't know if it's too big for the door round or if we should just stick with hello. Mr. Chris is watching also from upstairs. I do already have it taped off. We'll be doing a little bit of waxing. We're going to be doing some color blocking. So this portion where it's taped off will stay blue. This portion will be chalked, and so will this portion. And I'm going to be using this Farmhouse tile this evening. So we'll be doing that. But first, this is a Couture silkscreen transfer. Hello, Katie. Welcome. So anywhere you see the clear areas, that is where there is a silkscreen material. So if you've ever made a decal or a stencil with a Cricut or a silhouette cameo, yeah, it is a very pretty transfer. I haven't ever used it yet, but it has been a very popular transfer this year, especially if you're into the Farmhouse. I've seen people use this on a linoleum floor where they painted the linoleum and then they chalked on top of this and then sealed it with lots of layers of polyurethane. I've seen designers use this on a concrete patio. I've seen them use it on walls, laundry room walls. It's very versatile and really pretty. So if you've ever used, I was talking about the silkscreen, if you ever use, make decals or stencils out of a Cricut or with a Cricut or Cameo machine, you have to weed out all the inside or the negative parts. So I'm always losing the insides of my E's. I'm always losing the insides of the dots to my I's or even the punctuation. But with the silkscreen, all of the insides are intact. So there's like all of these inside pieces stay put. These are reusable about 8 to 12 times. So I am going to write on the back of this backer sheet that this is the Farmhouse tile. That way I know when I'm done cleaning and I have a few transfers that are this size, that this transfer goes on this backer sheet and that this is the back of the backer sheet. So before we get started on that, I am going to prep my wood. This is a painted surface. So if you're using like a non-Couture chalkboard, if you're using raw wood, if you're using painted wood, you want to prep the surface so that your transfer does not stick to that surface and ruin your transfer. And you also want to protect your painted wood surfaces and your raw wood surfaces. So I'm just taking some paste wax. We also carry surface wax. But for these larger projects, I'm just going to use this large can because I kind of need to get rid of it. So I just put some on a paper towel. And I'm just going to buff it into my round. And not only is this going to protect my transfer, it's also going to fill in any rough edges or any uneven portions of my surface. My paper towel is disintegrating. Let me grab a piece of another rag. So I just take old Holy t-shirts and I cut them up, and that's usually what I use for my rags. That t-shirt or that paper towel was leaving some lint. I don't want any lint. Okay, so let's use this instead. Kitty says, Levi says, that's Aunt Manda's friend. I am Aunt Manda's friend. Hey, Levi, how are you? It's been a while since he's seen me. I'm surprised he remembers that. So has Levi had any football games yet, Katie? I think I read where you said he's in football. So I'm just rubbing this surface wax in. Ooh, I think I got too much. Sorry if I'm shaking the table. I don't mean to. So I pre-painted this surface. I just mixed some acrylic paint that I had with just a white chalk paint. And that's how I prepped it. I was actually painting some wood pumpkins, and then I had extra paint, so I just started grabbing wood surfaces, and so this one is same blue as a pumpkin. Katie says he has 2 games already. He lost both, but he played very well. Well, hopefully you'll get a win pretty soon, Levi. Okay, and I think then, nope, we'll chop it. So, because this is a new transfer, I want to fuzz it. And because it's a large transfer, I'm going to flip it over. And my phone's not focusing. Let's see if it'll... There it goes. I'm going to pull the backer away from the transfer so that I can hopefully avoid having the transfer fold in on itself. And so I'm going to lay my towel on top of the transfer and fuzz it a few times. Katie says Levi made a couple of touchdowns, always gets flags, and he only sits out for 1 or 2 plays a game. Wow. Go get him, Levi. So I'm just fuzzing this, and what that is I'm just laying down a layer of lint so that my transfer isn't so sticky that it stretches when I pull it off of my surface. And once I wash the transfer, all that lint will just wash away. And you can use any terry cloth towel. You can use your shirt. You can use a pillow that's laying nearby. It's still super sticky. So I'm just going to do it a few more times. I'm just kind of trading up towels to see if I can get a different amount of fuzz. So then I'm going to do the top portion. Okay. That's pretty good. So then I'm going to bring my surface back in. And I think I'm going to use the natural lines of the transfer on the top. You can see it has its own little straight line. Let me I'm going to try to find the exact center. So I'm going to fold it back on itself. And I'm going to put a little pleat right here, a little pinch. And that'll give me my true center. And then I'm going to try to line the edge of the design, not necessarily the edge of the transfer. I'm going to try to lay the edge of the design right next to the edge of the tape. But we are going to finish that edge off. I have another transfer over here waiting for that. May have fussed it too much. It doesn't want to stick. So I'm just going to rub that down, making sure that it's adhered to the surface. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my white paste. And I think I'm just going to use this pink squeegee. And I'm just going to grab some chalk paste on my squeegee. And I'm just going to, oops, there's a big piece of lint. I need to clean my fuzz towel. Okay, so I'm just going to drag my chalk or my squeegee over the silk screen areas. Kind of lightly. I've kind of been experimenting with pressure, and I think I have better results when I use kind of a light hand. I usually end up with a heavy hand, and that's when I end up with runs and bleeds. So I've been trying to work on not so much pressure. Let's see if it works. So now I'm just kind of smoothing everything out, trying to get rid of all my squeegee lines. Oops, I missed a spot down there. Okay, let's see if that worked. So I just put my excess back in the jar. And then we're just going to pull this up. We're going to peel it and reveal it. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that right there. I'm going to dry that off. Has anyone gotten a chance to look through the new holiday mini catalog that launched this morning? I'm so excited for Christmas designs this year. So I'm just drying this. Oh, Stacia, you're waiting on your kit. I'll have to check and I'll have to look online and see if there's a tracking number for it. Thanks, Jason. Like I said, it was kind of a happy accident. I had some extra paint left from painting some wood pumpkins, so I didn't want to waste it, so I just started painting. I think I painted a composition book. I painted this. I painted a few more things. Oh, Stacia, they said Friday, so woohoo! You'll get to play around this weekend. Okay, I think that is dry. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this around. And then I'm going to turn this around and probably end up with it all over me. I'm going to try to dangle it down a little bit so I don't get it, hopefully don't get it all over me. Okay, I'm going to find my center again, which it's fairly obvious, but this always gives me a good visual. And then I'm going to try to line the edge of the design up with the edge of my tape. But again, remember, we're going to finish. And I'm going to flip this up so that I don't end up wearing it. And then I can scoot forward again. So then I'm just going to press this down, make sure it's good and adhered. Mainly, kind of got a little bit of a bubble there. There. Okay. Hi, Joyce. Joyce is asking, are all the Christmas designs in the autumn? There are a few Christmas designs in the autumn and winter catalog, but there were more that were launched today in the holiday mini catalog. The mini holiday mini catalog today, it had Christmas, it has winter, and I don't usually it has some Valentine's Day stuff, but I don't remember any Valentine's Day stuff. But the autumn winter catalog has fall, Halloween, some Christmas, and some winter. There's the cutest house-shaped box frame that it's in the catalog, but it is not out today because it's still stuck in port. And it comes with you can purchase a cute little Christmas countdown transfer that goes in it. It is such a cute little house-shaped box frame. So again, I'm just dragging my chalk paste down the transfer, or down the silk screen area on the transfer. Juanita says, I love, love, love the Christmas trees. Yes, we have new Christmas tree cutouts this year and new transfers to go with them. We also have snowflake cutouts. The snowflake cutouts are available today with their coordinating transfer. And if you're a club member, you get 25% off of those snowflake cutouts and the transfer. So if you're a club member, go ahead and take advantage of that promo. If you're not a club member, I strongly urge you to get signed up for the club. That way you can get 25% off those snowflake shapes. They're so fun. I guess I could walk you through the catalog later. So I'm just going over the silkscreen areas, making sure I've got it all the way to the edge. And then I'm just going to smooth out my lines. Wish I could squeegee out the lines on my face as easily. So we'll put that away and then we'll peel this off. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside, just like that. And we'll dry that. So since we've been talking about Christmas, tell me one Christmas tradition that tell me your favorite Christmas tradition. What is something that you have to do every year? Put that away. I'm going to go ahead and pull my tape off. Katie says you wake up at your mama's. There's nothing better than getting together with family for Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to gently pull my tape off. I'm going to go slow, so hopefully I don't pull any of my paint up. I did not wax the middle part, mainly because I wanted to make sure that my wood, my 3D wood greeting would stick. So I did not wax it. So hopefully my tape doesn't pull anything up. Oops. I don't know. We may not. I may not finish that edge. I kind of like it just like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my wood pieces. We're just going to let this hang out for a little bit. You tell me size-wise. Do you think, and these will be painted in black, or I guess you could leave them like that. But do you think the welcome is too big, or do you like hello because it shows off some of the sides? Joyce says she likes making Christmas cookies. So Joyce, what do you have a specific favorite Christmas cookie, or do you like just to make all kinds of different Christmas cookies? What do you think? Welcome or hello? I can't. Joyce says she likes the welcome. That was my first choice, but I didn't know if it was too big for the circle. Keep in mind there may also be a bow up at the top. Katie says she likes the welcome. Stacia likes the welcome. So far it's 3-0, 4-0 if you count mine. Oh, Bonita likes the welcome, 5-0. Okay, well, we'll just go with welcome. Joyce says she always makes tea cakes for your friends. Yum. Okay, so I'm going to paint this welcome. And I'm just going to tape a piece of painter's tape sticky side up so that it'll help hold my design, my welcome while I'm painting it. It's a trick I've learned from some of my friends that paint 3D elements. Keeps all the little boogers from flying all over the place. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this down. It'll act as my extra hand. And I'm just going to use some makeup sponges to paint with the black paste. And these are great because I just use the flat end, and once I'm done with it, I just snip off the part that I've used, and you can keep using the same sponge over and over and over again. So I'm just going to pretty much just pounce the paste onto the welcome greeting. I'm just trying to get off of some of the excess so it's not all gooped up on my words. Anybody else have any favorite Christmas traditions? We like to get together on Christmas Eve and just have finger foods. We have to have sausage balls. cheese and crackers. And then, of course, Santa has to come on Christmas Eve and fill up our stockings while we're sleeping. You're never too old to believe in the magic of Christmas. So I'm just pouncing the paste onto this welcome thing. It might have been faster with the paintbrush, but at least this way I don't get globs of paint on the sides. It pretty much just stays on the top of the word. Joyce says she loves sausage balls. You only make them during the holidays. I hear you. I have made them a few times, but the first time that I made them outside of Christmas, I think I threw the whole batch away because it wasn't Christmas, so it wasn't time for sausage balls. They seem to taste better at Christmas time than they do any other time. Katie says last year she used a pair of your dad's boots and made it look like Santa Pritz in the house. The kids were super excited. That's such a cute idea. We didn't have any of those ideas when Dane was little. We didn't have Pinterest. If we didn't come up with it on our own, it just didn't get done. Okay, so I'm just going back over where some of this chalk paste is kind of soaked in, so I see some spots that I missed. Okay, there's still some spots right here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's dry this. And since I painted with the chalk paste, it will dry super quick. Joyce asks, do you always use your chalk paste for projects? Do you use other paints? When I'm using the transfers, I always use the chalk paste. But like if I'm painting door hangers or other things, I do use acrylic paints or chalk paints. But mainly with the transfers, chalk paste or the Couture ink. Katie asks, or Easter, you put carrots and lettuce out when the kids go to bed and shred them to look like crumbs. You're sneaky. Joyce, going back to your question, I have seen other makers use other silkscreen transfers with like just folk art acrylic paint. I haven't ever tried it with the Couture transfers, although I should. We may have to put that to the test one of these days. This chalk paste soaked right into the wood. There's a bunch of spots I missed. Hey, Kendria. I did get my blanks. I got them on Monday. I'm super excited to start painting them. I got the turkey with the hanging feet. I got the candy corn love. I got the gnome in the pumpkin, the oh my gourd. I got the Beautiful, the Frankenstein's bride. And then I got, those were all from Regina. And then I bought a really cute Hocus Pocus blank from that Chasing Rue designed. She actually lives about 40 minutes from me. But so yeah, I think I got 5. I'm super excited to paint them. They were great quality. I was quite impressed. So I'm just quickly putting a second coat on this. The chalk paste really absorbed into the, really soaked into the wood. And this time I'm kind of rubbing instead of pouncing. Joyce asks, I would think acrylic paint would be too thin. I've seen there is another system out there, a kit that you can do to make your own silkscreen transfers. And I have watched some of those makers, and they use acrylic paint. I think you just have to have a super light hand and a super sticky transfer. I also wonder, and I can't guarantee this is just something that popped into my head. I had a party the other night, and one of those ladies bought the transfer from me, and she didn't have any chalk paste, but wanted to know maybe if acrylic paint would work. So I didn't know maybe if you could put some cornstarch in it to thicken it up, or even just mix acrylic paint with a light chalk paint, just to give that acrylic paint some thickness. I don't know, maybe we'll have to give that a test. Does acrylic paint work with chalk paint transfers? Okay, let's let that sit. I'm going to wash my hands off. I'm going to have one more favor to ask of you guys. Need your opinion, but I don't want to. Do you think we should just keep the design as it is, or I have these borders? I thought about, I'm trying to think which one. I could just use this single border without the dot, of course, to finish up this line. So do you think I should put a line across to finish the design, or leave it as it is? What do you think? Don't know what to do. I kind of like it just the way it is. Kendria says she likes the line. I think it would work either way. I do kind of think maybe the line would finish it off, but I also do like it the way it is. Bonita votes the line as well. So we have 2-1 or 2-0. Jason says he thinks it looks good as it is. I need the Jeopardy music. Do, 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 do. Okay, so far we're 2-1. Anybody else have a vote or an opinion? I think maybe we'll do the line. There are a few spots right here where I didn't quite get it finished. So I'm thinking maybe the line would help with that. Stacia says line. I think the line won. Okay, so I'm just going to rub that down, mainly just where my silk screen is, because if I rub too much down here, I run the risk of pulling up my chalk paste, and I hope I didn't rub too hard. So I'm just going to get my multi-tool out. It's a smaller squeegee on the one end, and this is kind of a stirring end. It's great to get into all the little nooks and crannies of this jar. So I'm just going to run it across this line. Just kind of picking up the excess as I go and using it. And then I'll go and pull the excess back off. Okay, so let's see what we did here. So I'm going to pull gently because I don't want to pull up where I already pasted. Oh yeah, I like the line. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this real quick, and I think I can just lay the line back down. Sometimes you can get away with laying it back down without cleaning it, as long as I don't have, as long as one, you can see through it still, and two, as long as you don't have anything on the back. Which, I'll put it right there, and then just gently press it down so you don't squish any chalk paste out the sides. Okay, so I'm just going to take my multi-tool again. Just dragging it down the silk screen area. Yes and no, Kendria. She's asking if I have to seal these. If I think that they're going to go outside, or they're made to go outside, then yeah, you should seal them. If they're just going to be indoors, it's not that big of a deal. I usually try to put a disclaimer on anything that I sell that this is made with chalk paste. It's dry dust only, because if you were to spray this with like an Indust, it would reactivate the paste because the paste dries semi-permanent. But if you seal it with a clear spray, it's weather friendly, and then you can also dust it. I'm just drying this little line. Let me show you. I happen to have, I use these chalkable chips a lot when I'm doing classes because it's a great way to practice. But the chalk paste dries semi-permanent. Like and my nail is not quite on there. Let's see if I can pick some of it off. But if I just rub it, it's not going to come off. But the cool thing, let me get this out of the way, is on chalkboards, glass, and most metals. Thanks, Joyce. I think it does look good with the line. On Couture chalkboards, on glass, and most metals, it does come off. And so you can repurpose those surfaces. So just wash it with water and it comes right off. And that's the main, I'm trying to think what I need to say. That was kind of why Couture was designed in the first place, so that you would invest in a high-end chalkboard, and at the beginning of Couture's life, they sold very high-end chalkboard, like a couple $100 chalkboards. And so you invested in one really nice chalkboard, and then all you had to store were your transfers and for your seasons and your holidays, because the chalkboards are reusable. But of course, crafters have found a hack for everything, and so now you can do it on glass and metal and also fabric. You can do it on all sorts of things. Just trying to make sure I'm dry over here. Okay, so now let's see if this is dry. I'll peel it off carefully. This isn't the thickest of materials, so I don't really want to break it in two after I painted it. Okay, put that to the side. So I think I'm just going to super glue this on. I'll figure out where I want it roughly. Okay, I'm just going to grab my super glue. Although I am going to, let's fix one spot. I have a spot that I went over, and so I'm just going to use this little detail tool. And I think I can just scratch it off. Yep. The lines didn't quite meet right there, so I'll disable this to fix it. Okay, so let's grab my glue. I think I may end up gluing myself to everything except the welcome sign. I hope I have enough glue. And I don't. So I do have some wood glue here, so we'll just use it. Finish with this. See if it'll work. Okay. Let's see how well this comes out. This is a kind of a quick dry wood glue, so it should be okay. I'm just gonna dab it. Here, where am I? That's the spot. Okay, let's see if this works. Just step down. So I'm just going to hold it here for a little bit so I can get that glue working. And I'll have to be careful because I have glue on my hands and I touch this black paste, it could reactivate the paste. But I want to make sure I get it stuck down. So I can see where tiny bits of glue have seeped out, although it should dry clear. Just trying to make sure it's all smashed down. So now we need to decide if we want a bow. What do you think? Should we put a bow on it? And I do have some greenery over here, but I kind of think I might just leave it plain. Make sure it's all stuck down. Oops. See some goobers. Okay, pretty good. What do y'all think? Do you think it needs a bow? You could just put it in an easel, just like that. I don't know, but I also I pulled out some greenery. So I've got this greenery, and of course I wouldn't use the whole thing, but that piece. Thanks, Jason. And then I've got some burlap. What do you think? Is the greenery too much? Does it take away from where I have this greenery? Oops. Let's use these two. Thanks, Stacia. I have this greenery that we could put in between a bow. Or I have some eucalyptus. Let's just take a couple off of there. Remove the price tag. Or we have the eucalyptus. I kind of like this. This one doesn't want to lay very whippy. Some of these don't lay very well. Let's trim this little guy off. I kind of like that just because it's a little more dainty. Then I'd have to figure out a bow. What do y'all think? You think the greenery hides the design? I'm kind of thinking that too. I'm kind of thinking just leave it like that and then maybe just hang it, do just a kind of a burlap, or I could add on a wire hanger with some farmhouse beads that are painted black and white and maybe the blue. I may have to do that. We may have to add that on and then I can take a picture later. So I think I will drill a couple of holes off camera and then I'll add some wire, a wire hanger, And then I'll put some Farmhouse beads on the hanger. And then that won't, you're not liking the greenery. I wouldn't, yeah. You're all right. It does hide it hides the design. So I will do that off camera. And then I will take a picture and I will I will post it in the comments of this video. It probably won't be till tomorrow or maybe even the weekend, but that will be my plan. So I just want to remind you of a few things. That this is this month's Club Couture transfer, and like I said earlier, as a Club Couture member, you get the snowflakes and the snowflake transfers at 25% off. So if you're not already a club member, that would be a great incentive to get signed up this month. But as a club member, each month you get an exclusive B-size transfer mailed to you for $19.99. It contains 3 paste single packets, and you can get about 3 to 5 projects out of a paste single packet depending on the size of your project. And this month's colors are Current Jam, Guava, and Shimmer Harvest. The only way to get this exclusive transfer is to either be a club member or a designer. You get free shipping on this monthly craft subscription. There is a minimum of 3 months to sign up, and you can cancel at any time after the 3 months. Also, as a club member, you get $4.95 flat rate shipping on any additional chalk site order, which I wish I could get $4.95 flat rate shipping. And then you also get special offers and deals throughout the month from Chalk Couture. And this month, not only do you get the snowflakes that launched today at 25% off, but if you spend at least $100 this month on a single purchase, then you'll receive a bounce back coupon for 25% off of an October chalk site order of at least $50. Up to $50, up to $200. So that's a pretty cool little deal. They also just launched the Business Basics Starter Kit. So if you don't want to order the full kit at $99, you can order the Business Basics Starter Kit for $19. You do get the startup guide, the catalog, the signature apron, and a business builder transfer. And then you can use your 40% off discount and a one-time use 15% off coupon to build your own custom starter kit. So that's a pretty good deal. So, does anybody have any questions? Kendra says you like the wire with the farmhouse beads. It sounds cute. Well, I kind of got the idea from all you door hanger ladies in the Confetti Creative group that have been adding wire and beads to all of your door hangers. So I will do that this weekend, and then I will post a picture of that in the comments. Normally I'm live on Friday evening, but that happens to be my birthday, so I'm going to take that night off and spend it with family. So I will be back on again on a Saturday at 10 a.m. and I will be 10 a.m. Central Time, and I will be using the Club Couture transfer on a wine bottle. So if you want to see what wine and the Club Couture transfer have in common, tune in on Saturday at 10 at Central Standard Time, and you can watch me create that. Well, thanks, Joyce. I will, I'm excited. It's my last year in Club 40s, so I'm kind of dreading next year's birthday already. I don't even feel like I should be close to 50. I have the common sense of a 12-year-old most days, so it's hard to believe that I'm going to be 49. Well, thanks, Kendria. Thanks, Joyce. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I will see you on Saturday morning. Have a great rest of your week.